Hyundai presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of The Rizzo Show. I'm Tony Rizzo, and we are here in between Quicken Loans Arena and Progressive Field with our beautiful Hyundais out today. And I've actually got some Hyundai owners here. Guys, which Hyundai do you have?
The Elantra.
You have the Elantra,
Yes.
but you want?
This one right here.
The Santa Fe. Look at that thing. Is it not beautiful? All right, we'll see what we can do. I'll talk to top men for you, and maybe we'll work something out. In the meantime, folks, we got a special show for you. We're going to talk a little Browns, and we got Inside again with the Tribe. Indians on a roll. They've got a shot for the playoffs. Caught up with the best play-by-play man in America. You know him, you love him. Our own Tom Hamilton to talk about how the season's gone and where the Indians are going. All right, guys, check this thing out. We are here at Progressive Field with voice of the Indians, Tom Hamilton. Tom, thanks for being on Rizzo
Thanks,
Show.
Tom.
Appreciate it very much. About where you expected the club to be in the hunt for a playoff spot.
I think actually, Tony, this club's played better than I thought they would. Not that I didn't think they could contend, but I think they've played better from the standpoint they haven't had the seasons we expected from Asdrubal Cabrera and Nick Swisher. And, you know, those are two guys that are key guys in the middle of the lineup. And you still think that they're going to get hot here at some point. But despite them not having their normal year, I think it's pretty amazing what this ball club's done. And I think, Tony, the other thing, starting pitching has been more consistent than what we expected.
No doubt. I mean, did you ever think Kazmir would do what he's doing? And Salazar coming up and getting a chance now. Tough break, though, with Kluber, who really started to look good.
Yeah, you know what? I don't get it, Tony. It's like we have the market on these middle finger sprains. Adam Miller, Alex White, Zach McAllister, now Corey Kluber. But the one thing the Indians have learned from Adam Miller and Alex White, a lot of times this injury can lead to Tommy John surgery if you don't treat it. And they were aggressive and cautious with their treatment with Zach McAllister. They'll do the same with Corey. But as you said, you felt like every time he went out there, he was going to pitch a good game. So, yeah, it's a heck of a blow.
Tom, how big has Terry Francona been for the ball club?
I think everything changed the day he was hired. I think it brought you instant credibility. I think it also brought you another voice outside the organization that maybe had a different perspective or a different feel on things. And, you know, Chris Antonetti, I think, is a brilliant GM. And he's smart enough to go, I'm going to listen to also what Tito has to say. It's not just my way or the highway. And I think it's been a great collaboration. I thought the front office had the best offseason that I can ever remember the Indians having, maybe outside of the days when you got Eddie Murray, Dennis Martinez, and Oral Hershiser in one fell swoop. But I also think it got players, once you signed Tito Francona, to say, hey, I want to look at Cleveland, and that started the ball rolling with Nick Swisher, and it had a snowball effect.
Buying in. Players started buying in when they saw the Indians make that move. Tom, I totally agree. As we go on, you know, it looks like Detroit is one of the best teams in baseball, Tom.
I agree.
Not just they happen to be in our division. But the Indians certainly got a shot at one of those wild cards, don't you think?
Yeah, and you know what, Tony? The thing of it is, and I agree with you, I think Detroit's the best team in baseball because they could win 20, 25 in a row like Oakland did a few years ago because they have four aces, and Rick Porcello would be the number 2 starter in most anybody else's staff. That's what enables you to have long winning streaks. But that being said, all you have to do is get into October. And as we've seen in the past, October becomes kind of a crapshoot because you get in and you win that sudden death game and you've got a little bit of momentum. And who thought in 1997 the Indians were the best team in the American League? They were not. But they got hot and they got in. And there have been other years, conversely, where I thought the Indians were the best team in the American League, and they got bumped.
Yeah, I mean, Cardinals a couple of years ago came out of nowhere, won the World Series.
San Francisco last year.
4, 5, 6 weeks left. What do you think? Playoffs or not? I know you're ready to call some more playoff baseball.
Yeah, I just, you know, Herb taught me a long time ago, don't predict. This is why we play the games. And so I predicted one time, and then Herb scolded me. So I'm afraid you'll scold me.
No, I'm not.
I just think we're going to be in this until the end. Now, what happens, you know, losing a Corey Kluber, I think is a huge blow. And you've got to avoid any more of these injuries because, Tony, I think the ball club isn't deep enough to survive critical injuries. But I think the last week of September, this ball club will still be in the hunt for a playoff spot.
There you have it. Voice of the tribe, Tom Hamilton on the Rizzo Show. T, always a pleasure,
Thanks, Tony.
buddy.
Good
Thanks so
seeing
much.
you.
Best in the business here.
Thank you.
Thanks to Tom Hamilton, better known as Hammy. Does a great job. Known Tom a long time, and he is truly best in the biz. All right, time now to catch up with the big man. They call him Sasquatch, something like that. You remember him from our spring training shows, Justin Masterson. Check it out. So I went around asking a bunch of your teammates who can eat the most on the 2013 Cleveland Indians. Folks, here is your winner, our own Justin Masterson. Are you surprised?
This year, no, not really. I surprise myself sometimes when I go out and eat.
Are you chowing down? Now, you ate with us on Rizzo Show in spring training, Justin, and your beautiful daughter as well. But you're a big guy. You got to eat, right?
I have to. I mean, 6'6", 270. You got to feed this frame.
Come on, man. We last talk at spring training. You've got to be pleased with the way everything's gone this year, not only for yourself, but your team. You guys are in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, no, I've been more than happy. I mean, for myself, being able to go deep in ball games, good or bad, that's what I wanted to do, and that's what we've been able to do. And as a team, we're right there. We're not always playing the best we'd like to, but we're still right there in the hunt. And I think that's pretty impressive with some of the injuries we faced early on and some that we're going to face and still be right there. We're in the right direction as the tribe goes.
You're going to have to be on with me again next year, spring training, since you made the All-Star game, and I'm taking full credit for that. How cool was the All-Star game, even though you didn't get to pitch? Did that bum you out?
Nah, only ever so slightly. But in the overall sense, it's just cool to be there. You can sit back, enjoy everything, enjoy the guys. And, had we gone to extra innings, I'd have been in there for 4 or 5, however many long it might have taken. So I think in the end, it's probably great that, didn't get in there and just got to appreciate everything.
And the whole experience, though, is you remember watching All-Star games when you were a kid?
Yeah, I remember watching them and, being able to be a part of it. I think it's something, for me and anybody, you'd rather be in the playoffs, but to go there, whether it's, my first is my last or there's more to come, I enjoyed it as most as I could and had a great time.
All right, down the stretch, what's going to be the key for you guys to try and get in the postseason? Boy, we all want to see some postseason baseball.
Yeah, well, I think one of the biggest things is going to be, a little bit of the offense. A couple guys, we got, Swish, who's getting a little bit hotter. But seeing, him and Struble and Mark Reynolds kind of do their thing. Mark carried us at the beginning, and, we're kind of waiting for him to carry us again. And I think you get a little bit of those things, and we'll be pretty good.
All right, your wife wanted a copy of the Rizzo Show you had with your little daughter. Did she get it? We take care of that
She
for
did.
you?
Oh, of course. Yeah, to see that little cutie on camera, absolutely.
Justin, thanks, buddy. Great season. Best of luck down the stretch. Appreciate it, and hope to be talking to you in the playoffs. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds great. Love to be there.
There he is, all-star Justin Masterson. Thanks to Justin Masterson. What a nice guy. And yes, we will have him and his daughter on again next year for spring training. By the way, I kind of feel like little Vanna White right here, folks. Look at these beautiful Hyundais we've got out for you. All right, don't go anywhere. Browns preseason game number 2 is in the books. We will grade it for you next. Stay with us. It's the Rizzo Show, special edition of our Hyundais on remote. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Time to talk Cleveland Browns. How good did the Browns look against the Lions, although it was costly last Thursday night? And the question I think everybody's asking themselves right now in Cleveland, are you buying into the Cleveland Browns? They look fantastic, but it's preseason. Let's ask our 3-time Super Bowl champ, Gerard Cherry. Jay, should I be buying into the Cleveland Browns right now?
Based upon what you saw last year, Riz, and what we're watching this year, you must be buying in. Brandon Whedon looks like a night and day person. He must have slept at Holiday Inn because I am buying what he is doing because I am impressed. The man is making checks at the line of scrimmage. He's hitting the deep balls, Riz. And on top of that, he has confidence. We didn't see that last year.
He looks like a totally different player. As you look at his numbers, he's got a 137 quarterback rating after 2 games. He looks comfortable. Is coaching been the difference?
You know it's the difference. And on top of that, he has an offense that fits his skill set. And that's the key, Riz, putting him in a position where he can succeed.
He's got receivers. He's using the tight end. Norv Turner, your offensive coordinator. Folks, Norv coached the Chargers, and it was a love-hate relationship. As an offensive coordinator, I think he might be one of the best in the league.
Yeah, because obviously he's doing something right, because this offense was anemic prior to Norv Turner getting here. They're putting up more points in the preseason than we probably saw all of last year, so you have to be encouraged with that.
How about Trent Richardson? Saw his first action of the year, looked healthy. He said he feels as good as he has since college.
And we said it before, Trent needs to get contact. Boom, bam, hitting the holes and getting hit by people. And that second effort running is what you love about him. So it's key that we have Trent Richardson obviously out there, and I was encouraged by his performance as well.
All right, let's talk defense. The Browns' defense held the Lions to only 3 points. Lions' first-team offense was in. No Calvin Johnson, but I think the team and the players have taken to Ray Horton's scheme of blitzing.
Yes, they have. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That's all you saw this past Thursday was 3 and outs, and that's a key part. And you said it earlier, Riz, you might be seeing Ray Horton for just 1 year because the guy's that good. And if the Browns defense is successful, that means he will be gone.
They're getting pressure on the quarterback, but lost first-round pick Barkevious Mingo for probably a couple weeks. Bruised lung. He was playing special teams. Gerard, was that a mistake, or do all the rookies on defense play special teams?
For the most part, if you're a defensive stalwart, you're going to play special teams because it's a process of getting you tough and involved in the game, because that's how you find out what a guy's made of. What's his mettle? Will he go down there and hit someone? And obviously when you put him in regular down situations, he balls out.
All right, Browns now go on the road next Saturday night at Indianapolis. Playoff team on the road, a much bigger challenge.
Yes, it is, because it's on the road. You got to make an adjustment right there. You're home. You're comfortable. You're used to that. Now you have to go into an adverse environment and go out there and take a win. And guess what? It's the third preseason game. So that means there's going to be some game planning going on and some absolutely real football will be taking place.
All right, we'll see if the Browns can pass the next test. I know this. The GLC, the Great Lakes Classic, look at what we brought home, folks. Yes, the barge is back. This goes to the winner of the Browns-Lions game, and that was your Cleveland Browns. Tell you what, I am getting excited. I know it's preseason, but I think you should relax and enjoy the preseason. Browns are playing well. If they weren't playing well, we'd all be crying in our beer. They're playing well. Enjoy it. I know it's only preseason. Let's see what they do Saturday against Indy. We are outside our Hyundai studios this week on the Rizzo Show, but I brought the Hyundais with me. By the way, thanks to the Brownies. Here we go. Hoo, hoo. All right, coming up now, come on, folks. You know I'm an Indian season ticket holder, but will I be again? I caught up with the one and only Dan Hanna. Check this out. Well, I am in a familiar spot here, folks, in section 551, front row of the upper deck. These are my season tickets, and I am here with Indians ticket executive Dan Hanna. Dan, thanks so much. It's been another great year here at the ballpark. I know myself and my kids have enjoyed season tickets with the Indians now for years.
Thank you very much, Tony. We're glad to have you here as part of the Indians family, and it sure has been an exciting season. We can't thank you enough for being part of it.
Well, I should mention too, I don't get, a lot of people think we get these for free, folks. I don't. I pay for them. I think it's great value. You know, I don't think there's anything like the ballpark experience, Dan, of being at the park. I know people talk about other sports being TV sports, but there's nothing like the feel, the smell, and the sounds at the ballpark.
I can vouch he pays for them.
Yes, he will.
And there really is nothing quite like spending a summer day or summer night here at the ballpark, spending time with your family, creating memories, and it's just a great place to spend time with the people you love.
Especially the beautiful summers we have here in Northeast Ohio. Now, Dan, talk about the deal you guys have going right now. If you renew your season tickets now, you're going to get a lot of money off, right?
You sure do. Up to 40% savings on your season tickets. And believe it or not, Tony, in the first week, we've already got 65% of our season ticket holders coming back for next year and going to enjoy those discounts.
That is
for 2014.
Great. Wow, up to almost 40% off if you renew now, right?
Yep.
As opposed to next spring.
Yep. The deadline is August 30th. It's important to get your first payment in by August 30th and lock in all those benefits for next year.
All right, how do they get a hold of you if they do want season tickets now and they don't have them now? Because the value is great.
216-420-HITS. We've got a deposit program which will lock in secure your seats for 2014 with the best benefits to go with them.
420-HITS, that's 216-420-HITS. And folks, you're going to watch a little history in the making right now because I'm going to get that 40% discount right now. Danny, sign me up For 2014, I'll take these same 2 season tickets, and I'll tell you what, get me a cleanup hitter and a closer. All right, here's the deal. Tell Chris this, all right? I'm in for my season tickets. He's got to get me a cleanup hitter and a closer. No, I'm just kidding, bud, but sign me up. I am in for next year.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Dan. Dan Hanna, our ticket executive here at beautiful Progressive Field. All right, so what? You didn't think I'm a total homer? I am. Deal with it. Coming up next, may the force be with you. My favorite Star Wars buddy, Mark Shapiro, Indians president. Rizzo Show rolls on after this. Check out this Hyundai Santa Fe, up to 264 horsepower and the beautiful panoramic sunroof. This thing is an absolute beauty. Kind of like my next guest. Indians president, used to be the GM, closet Star Wars fan, Mark Shapiro. Always a pleasure when we catch up with Indians president Mark Shapiro. Mark, thanks for being back on the Rizzo Show. Season's gone well. You guys are in the hunt for a playoff spot. Is that about what you expected?
I think we expected to be better. We certainly knew that, Terry Francona's leadership would bring a lot. Guys like Swish and Michael Bourne would bring, added performance and added credibility. I think that the biggest surprise has been on the positive side of rotation. By and large, the whole season's, kept us in games, been very good. But also the bullpen on the disappointing side, an area we thought would be a strength. But it just gets back to the never-ending conversation you and I have had, which is there's a lack of predictability in bullpens year to year.
Absolutely. We knew that going in.
Yeah.
Still not as bad as some people make it out to be. Mark, your success, though, is not translated at the gate here at the ballpark. How disappointed are you with that?
I think, listen, a while ago I kind of understood and relegated myself to taking the time to objectively understand what happened. And I think what happens so much is people compare what's going on, the success we have now in 2005 and 2007 to the mid-90s. The reality is the situation and circumstances are totally different. Everything from population to wealth of the city to the fact the Browns are here to the fact that winning is not so new to the fact the ballpark's 20 years old, hard to believe. So many circumstances are just different in this city. We've got less than 200,000 people working downtown. So I think when you understand that and you compare, to the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s, and you look at how we're doing compared to baseball in Cleveland in those days, we're doing far better than that. The only comparison that we're not as good at is kind of the mid-90s Indians. Our number that needs to get better is season tickets. We're not getting, when you start from 7,500, the lift to 25,000 is a lot of single game tickets.
Oh, by the way, I did renew early and got my 38% off of my season tickets. Mark, clear something up. You're wearing Block C. I love Block C.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there's rumors out there Chief Wahoo's going away.
Not happening. I mean, Chief Wahoo exists on every single uniform we have, whether he's on the shoulder, whether he's on the hat, the presence is there. I think we acknowledge and understand, why certain people think that it should go away. We're sympathetic to that, but we also acknowledge and appreciate the endearment that a lot of people here locally have towards it. We feel like the heritage uniforms, with the C, with the block Cleveland, the throwback, the kind of the diminished, shadowing in the simplistic uniforms, really resonate with the history of the franchise and this town. So that's where the Block C came from, and it's not going to go away, and that's why it's kind of grown. It's actually grown in popularity. Our single largest and second largest selling hats are the Block C hats.
I love it. I got the red one with the blue C. All right, last question, 10 seconds. Your name is getting mentioned for a possible successor to Bud Selig as commissioner of baseball. Would you love to do that?
So you're going to ask it that way. Of course, listen, anybody that loves the game of baseball, that cares about it, that spent his life working in the game, would love the opportunity to try to help give back to the game and make it better. But those lists are just what they are. They're someone else's media list. I'm focused on doing this job here like I have been my whole career and nothing but that.
I think you'd be great, by the way. And it wouldn't hurt to have the commissioner of baseball on the Rizzo Show. Indians president Mark Shapiro, thanks, buddy.
Rizzo,
thanks for being back.
Man.
Always a pleasure. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with the Rizzy B-Bald Rant of the Week. It's the Rizzo Show on remote with our beautiful Hyundais. Stay with us. Time now to wrap things up as we do each and every week with the Rizzy B-Bald Rant of the Week. Of course, B-Bald makes products for guys who shave their head. And my rant of the week is on preseason football. Folks, I don't care what the Browns have looked like in 2 weeks. Okay, you cannot tell how a team is going to play in the regular season based on what they've done in the preseason. It's practice. They try things they would never try in a regular season. And basically, these games don't count. A lot of the players don't, not that they don't try, but they're not going at it like they will come September 8th when the Browns open up against the Dolphins. So take a deep breath. Take the preseason for what it is, one big practice. That's it for the Rizzo Show. Boy, how about our Hyundais? Are they beautiful? Thanks to Hyundai, and thanks to you for watching. As always, good to be alive. See you next week on the Rizzo Show. Tell Dad to buy you one of these beautiful Hyundais right now. And then you can drive it when you're 60.
I'm already 5.